Rivalries are one of the most prevalent things in anime. Goku and Vegeta, Naruto and Sasuke, Lion L, etc, etc. Every good anime usually gives the main protagonist a strong, worthy rival. Blue Lock's author decided to take this common trope in anime and bring it to its next logical step by giving the main character 15 rivals. So in this video I'll be going through all of the 11 real rivalries in Blue Lock and ranking them from worst to best. It's important to keep in mind for this video a good rivalry requires back and forth and for both parties to feel similar about one another. So with that being said, let's hop into it. I think it's cool that the greatest player in the world was once rivals with Ego, the guy who created Blue Lock. They have completely different mindsets to the game, all that. Ego is obviously like the GOAT coach. The reason why I'm putting it in last place though is because honestly we just haven't seen anything about it. We just hear them talk about it in the past, so I can't realistically put it any higher than this. Out of the next 10 on this list, 5 of these rivalries include Isagi somehow. This one in 10th place is Isagi and Nico. In the beginning of the show, the author kind of set it up like Nico and Isagi would be rivals, you know, they share the same eyes, yada yada yada. As the show has progressed, I mean, Nico views Isagi as a rival, but guys, let's be honest, Nico is not a rival to Isagi at all. Isagi has dog walked this kid in every single situation they've met each other in. Nico unlocked Metavision also, still didn't really affect the ending of that game at all. Like, Nico's not even on Isagi's radar, let's just be real. Noel Noa versus Chris Prince at number 9, the number 1, number 2 best players in the world. We haven't really seen much of the rivalries. We saw them versus each other once in the England versus Germany game. The reason I'm putting it up here is just because Chris Prince is entertaining as hell. Like, he just gets he's such a schizo, bro. He gets so worked up over everything. He's just funny to watch. But once again, like, Noel Noa and Chris Prince aren't really like main characters in the show at all, so I can't really put it any higher than this. And we've also only seen one game, so I think number 9 is a good spot. 8th place we have Shido and Kunigami. This rivalry could be so much higher, but the problem with this rivalry is the fact Shido doesn't even know who Kunigami is, bro. Like, bro ruined his whole life, literally changed Kunigami from a goody two-shoes who wants to be a soccer superhero to Mr. Emo to the extremo. Kunigami, after becoming emo, is one of the most unlikable characters in Blue Lock for me right now. I'm sorry to all the Kunigami fans, but I hope Shido sends him to hell for a second time, on God. When Isagi first meets Nagi, bro is literally about to shit himself, and rightfully so. At this point in the story, Nagi seemed like the final boss, an unmatched deity whose power was unbounded. But by the end of the game, for the first time in his soccer career ever, Isagi hands Nagi his first loss, and the feeling of new power excites Nagi. Nagi even leaves Reo, his boyfriend, for Isagi in his quest for strength. Eventually, Nagi and Isagi lose to Rin, and before Isagi leaves, Nagi claims they will beat Isagi next time they verse each other. Skip to the NEL arc, and when Chris Prince asks Nagi what he wants, literally all he says is, I just want to beat Isagi. Nagi tries to be creative for the first time, and Isagi does and says one of the most disrespectful things I've ever witnessed. Steals the ball from Nagi and says, your imagination is just mere child's play to me, Nagi. Like, dog, that was a violation. But don't worry, my glorious King Nagi got his get back right afterwards. Bro charged straight at Isagi as the ego on him, then proceeds to hit probably the hardest mechanical shot in all of Blue Lock with the legendary 5-stage fake volley. Oh! This thing was glorious. In the end, Isagi still dogged on them to win the game. The problem with Nagi's mindset is it was too shallow and weak. Once he beat Isagi in that moment, he seemed to lose all motivation as to not understand what he wanted after achieving his initial goal. So someone with a weak and underdeveloped ego can never be a true rival to Isagi. In 6th place, I got Nagi and Barou. This is honestly one of my favorite rivalries in Blue Lock, just for the sole reason that it's with 2 great characters that aren't Isagi. When they first meet, Barou just thinks Nagi's a boring slave. Something about what Barou said lit a fire underneath Nagi, and bro full charges him, going straight in his face, catching the ball backwards. Still think I'm boring? Ah! Barou tries to foul him, but Nagi hits a legendary shot on Barou. You fail as king. Oh my god, dude, Nagi's so cold with it. Barou finally acknowledges his skill and says, next time we face each other, I'll make you my slave. They run back into each other in the second selection. Nagi wants to take Barou on, and Barou's like, you really want to take on the king? Nagi goes, big talk for a king who lost. I'm going to beat you and make you my lackey. Oh, that's it. My glorious King Nagi, bro. He's such a goat. Nagi is only behind Isagi when it comes to talking shit, in my opinion. The game starts and Nagi says, I hope you practice kneeling king. Oh, They get right into it, and honestly, they were pretty evenly matched. They were the two titans of this game. Nagi barely won in the end from Isagi's late game evolution. I think this rivalry of these two being near equal in scoring potential could have been ranked way higher in the list, but as I said before, Nagi seemed to lose motivation after his goal against Isagi, and because of that, Barou's Ubers just farmed Nagi's team, and even Barou said he doesn't sense Nagi's usual fire anymore. Don't worry though, Nagi's gonna make a generational comeback. In our top 5, we have Ren and Shido. This is one of the most entertaining rivalries in the block currently. When they first started doing player tryouts to see who will play on the U20 team, we found out Ren and Shido were ranked 1 and 2 in block. They were forced to play the same tryout team and instantly started butting heads. Shido's monkey ass just went for every ball and kept getting in Ren's way. Worst of all, he kept insulting Ren, and one thing led to another. They started throwing hands twice. Second time, Shido is literally about to end Ren's existence until Ego shocks Shido with electricity to knock him out. I love the contradiction of these two characters. One's super stoic and pretty emotionless most of the time, and the other is a zesty monkey who creams himself whenever he gets a good goal. I don't think they've ever had a positive interaction with one another. See, up to current day, and in all the PXG games, they've switched between a Shido formation and a Ren formation, never having two play in the same field at the same time, until now against Isagi. And the way Charles has been seemingly ignoring Ren and only passing to Shido tells me it won't be long until we see them scrap for a third time. One of the most famous rivalries in block is between the Itoshi brothers. Rin's whole motivation for playing soccer is destroying his older brother. When they were children, Sai dreamed of being the best striker in the world with Rin at his side. Sai came back a few years of being overseas and became turbo emo. Basically, it was a massive prick to Rin for literally no reason and spat on Rin's dream. Now in block, Rin wants to become good enough to challenge his brother and take him down. Ren absolutely schizoes out whenever he sees or hears about his brother. Against his brother in the U20 game, his blood started boiling and he entered a godlike trance where he started absolutely tearing down the enemy team. He lost himself in that moment, but in doing so, gained godlike powers. This rivalry could easily be number 1 in the list, except for the fact Sai does not view Ren as a rival, even in the slightest. And like I said before, a good rivalry has to go both ways. We are now entering the top 3 rivalries in block, and before anyone else starts commenting on them below, I believe an argument could be made for any one of these 3 to be number 1 and be extremely valid. When they first met, I don't think Barou even acknowledged Isagi's existence because the gap between them was so wide, but literally every game since Isagi has gone up against or with Barou on his team, he's beaten him. There's the 2v2 game, the 3v3 game, the 4v4 game, in U20, the NEL arc. Like, Barou puts up a great fight every single time, do not get me wrong, but it always seems like Barou is just one step behind my glorious King Goat Isagi. I read a post once saying, unpopular opinion, Isagi and Barou's rivalry is better than Isagi and Rin's because both of them have the same goal of being the best in the world, whereas Rin seems a bit too focused on being better than Isagi and Sai, which honestly is a fair argument, but Isagi and Ren are still better for me. I mean, first off, they kind of look the same for whatever that's worth. Ever since that 4v4 game in Season 1, these two have been neck and neck fighting for the limelight. They have so many good panels with them together, and it's honestly so great. At first, Ren didn't consider Isagi to be anywhere near his level, but after the U20 game, Ren could deny it no longer. Isagi had surpassed everyone at that moment, and Ren fully acknowledged Isagi as his rival. The scene where Sai says Japan may have a future with Isagi instead of Ren had to have broken his soul. In the NAL arc, we see a panel of Ren scoring against some team. Bro doesn't even care about winning. He just says, just you wait, Isagi. I'm gonna fucking destroy you. Dude literally has one man on his mind. Finally, the game we've all been waiting for. PXG versus Bastard. They have a face-off. Isagi tells Ren this will be their chance to see who's number 1. Ren goes, number 1? I don't give a fuck about that. What I want, Isagi, is the moment I destroy you. Oh, it goes so hard. I literally can't, bro. Isagi's about to score, but Ren and Kaiser were literally only watching Isagi for this moment. They're both on my go-to meet, and Isagi pulls out, quite possibly, the greatest goal in block. A mid-air quick draw, ambidextrous 2-gun volley. At this moment, my glorious King Goat Isagi put down the dog known as Ren. Currently, the score is still 1-1, so Ren will probably get his get back, but as of now, every moment of this rivalry has me so hyped, and I can't wait to see what Ren's gonna do. Alright, listen, if you're currently reading the manga, this honestly shouldn't come as a shock to you. It's currently an all-out war between these two monsters. When they first meet, Kaiser just thinks this will be another one of his targets. Isagi watches Kaiser playing and thinks Kaiser is just a perfect version of himself. Isagi doesn't understand how he can take down such a monster. And then it happens. My glorious goat unlocks metavision. Isagi's value as a player skyrockets. Now at his new level of perception, him and Kaiser start running into each other. Kaiser gets in the way last second and fucks his shot, causing Kunigami to steal the goal. You sure love making assists, huh? I'll crush you, Kaiser. Oh. I swear to God I will end you. What the heck? Is that your new way of saying I love you? This is the point Kaiser fueled the fire and dug his own fucking grave. Isagi beats Kaiser by passing to Kenyu in their game against Manshine. How does it feel to be the clown of my story? Oh, he's so cold. Kaiser says to Isagi, I mean, good job, I guess, but we're both strikers after all. Let's win by goals in the next game. Isagi gets the first goal of his next game with his new left foot direct shot, now learning how to be ambidextrous. Kaiser gets the next goal with quite possibly one of the most wild goals in Blue Lock. He gets shoulder smashed by Barou, who sends Kaiser upside down, who turns and hits an impossible bicycle kick goal. Even Isagi was like, holy shit. It's okay though, because my glorious King Gosagi and Hiyori coordinate a no-look pass into an insane winning goal against the Ubers, firmly making Isagi really beat Kaiser as a striker for the first time. Kaiser literally turns into a Super Saiyan. Bro is so mad. He gets an offer for over 300 million yen and is literally just molding, saying he doesn't care as he's just shitty trash below Isagi. My goat Isagi literally had Kaiser choking himself out after the game. This is also why this rivalry is so good. Kaiser is such an emotional monkey. His reactions are always so gold. The final game of the NEL arc has begun and oh my god. Like I said before, the Rin, Isagi's 2-gun volley literally sent Kaiser down a spiral. Kaiser goes for his new secret weapon, and we all know how that went. Kaiser is literally falling apart in front of Isagi's eyes. Isagi is abusing Kaiser so hard, bro literally had to show his own abusive backstory. Hey Kaiser, you get it now. This team is mine. Kneel to me, you shitty clown. Oh, he's the GOAT, bro. He's the undisputed GOAT. Isagi is literally giving Kaiser PTSD from his abusive father. My glorious king literally has his dog Kaiser on his leash. Kaiser literally throws away everything and goes back to square one with his awakening. And at this point, that's all we know. With all his flashbacks plus the awakening, Kaiser I fear is going to have a generational comeback. But honestly, I hope I've proven why this is the greatest rivalry in Blue Lock. Isagi and Rin may technically be the correct answer, but Isagi versus Kaiser is everyone in a chokehold right now, including me. So I'm giving this rivalry the #1 GOAT status. Alright guys, if you liked this video at any point, like, comment, subscribe, check out my Discord, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.